I served as a naval officer on 3.5 tours in Vietnam, 2 of those years as a Special Forces advisor with a 20-boat river division, all Vietnamese. The plan was to sail all the large ships of the South Vietnamese Navy down the Saigon River to the sea and rendezvous at Côn Sơn Island. We had expected, frankly, a longer time period to get ready. We had been told by people in our intelligence community that we might have as long as the 4th of May. But the North Vietnamese were closing in quite tightly, and clearly it was time to send the signal to leave. We steamed down to Côn Sơn Island, and we could see on the radar display that there were a lot of blips. And I remember the dawn breaking, the sun coming up, and seeing what I had seen as a radar display in person. There were dozens of ships, and not just Vietnamese naval ships, but also civilian ships. And they were all totally crammed with people. Some of these ships had been hit by enemy fire coming down the Saigon River. One of the boats had been hit and sinking, so it went alongside one of the other Vietnamese Navy ships. A wooden plank was thrown between the 2 ships for the civilians and naval personnel on the damaged ship to cross onto the ship that wasn't. The seas were rolling, and it was a somewhat precarious passage. We had worked a plan out to sail 2 ships to the Philippines, and the QUİC was going to escort them. But the fact that they're going to be crammed with an unknown number of civilians was somewhat problematic. The U.S. government already had a refugee problem with the U.S. naval ships. This was another 30 or more thousand people to deal with. I thought it was a lot easier to beg forgiveness than to get permission. So the decision was made, and they all went with us.